Hello, ladies and gents. I'm Catgirl Gamer, and I'm back with more Orwell. Ignorance is strength. We are now going into day 3 after yesterday's super drama. Drama llama. That's what I'm gonna call it. The drama llama. And this was a little crazy. I'm kind of hoping we get a little bit away from the soap opera that is Orwell and back down into the super spy intrigue stuff, because that's what I really want to see. So let's just jump right on it. Ooh, synthesis. What that means. You're back again, just in time. We have need of you. Raban Vart nabbed us with that article on Cassart yesterday. It has gone viral as we expected. The situation is heating up. Of course, President Cassart could not leave it at that. He filed an extradition request this very morning for Vart. Prime Minister Blaine has shifted his schedule to fly out to Triplet and meet Cassart, convince him of letting go, or else hell will break loose. Raban Vart might have taken a severe blow, but he is far from giving up. Instead, he fires shots. See for yourself. Ew! We have beef. War is inevitable. They are out to discredit me and bring down what the people's voice stands for. But we are stronger. What a mean face. They are out to discredit. Cassart may have demanded my extradition, but this war is not over. We will fight back against the traitors Cassart and Blaine, who own this manipulative government apparatus designed to keep us under control. The government of the nation have dragged my family into this conflict, and I will not let them get away with this. I'm still here, and so is the people's voice. We are loud. We have a strong group of supporters who are loyal and will help us get back on track. Know thyself, know thy enemy. We will fight back with completely new people's voice resonating, a kind of strength never before seen. The government of the nation has declared war on the people's voice. They are trying to enslave their own people and my people by manipulating the media. Down with the government, down with Cassart and Blaine. Signed, the Wolves. Alright, now Raban. Oh, Raban. War. Can you believe it? Who does this prick think he is? Agents, this has to end today. Vart will no longer undermine the peace in either countries, not neither countries, neither parties nor the nation. Reading is good. If it's war he wants, we can accommodate him. We have our own arsenal, the likes of which Vart doesn't dare to dream about. When Orwell was created, the office requested a number of additional features beyond the day-to-day task of investigators. Some top-level government members objected. They had the obnoxious idea to integrate the ethical codex into Orwell, limiting its capabilities. Naturally, this would not do for us. We are the nation's wardens, and we won't be restricted by some arbitrary set of rules. Thank you, soundtrack, for that emphasis. Really love it. So we found a way, as we always do, to develop a branch of the Orwell project, the very piece of software you're using right now. Time to make use of its full potential. Ooh, I have a new thingy. It's called the Influencer. Behold the Influencer. Ooh. Ah, the centerpiece of our very own version of Orwell. Not even the government has a clue this thing exists. It can spread a story through social media channels efficiently and thoroughly, and I'm putting you in charge of it. That's not a good idea. Ha ha ha. First, we need the thesis, a key statement which Raban made in his latest article. Alright, narrative, people's voice. So, how do I get that over there? Yeah, we got that. Here it is. Oh, okay. So I got this. Okay. The government, dragging his family into the conflict. They should have clearly opposed Raban's actions and nothing would have happened. Well, we will counteract this claim accordingly. Let me see that in the influencer. Well, here we go. Here is how this works. We can't simply make up and randomly spread stuff, which you've done previously, but I digress. Instead, I need you to get me palpable information which can be used to counter Raban's statement. From pairs of data chunks that create a certain context together, I can construct a narrative which can then be spread in the influencer. So find me data chunks to construct a narrative from, With the thesis set in the influencer, new data chunks may be discovered in old documents or call transcripts. Take a look around. Oh, isn't that lovely? Wow, 436,766 listens. Very specific. We'll do that. Okay, so listener, call. You're not my wife anymore? Ooh. But he said that he had a wife, though. They're gonna make me put that in there, huh? Okay. More drama. My. Why would anyone be enraged about such a... I don't even know what that word is. Bagatelle? Yeah, okay. Does it hurt when your own reality proves to be fake, Fart? Be that as it may, we can surely utilize this circumstance for our own good. It's not strong enough on its own, though. Keep looking for something to reinforce this face with. Reinforce this face with? Like a face mask? Haha. Just looking for some data, Chuck. If you're not willing to go all the way with me, you're against me. You've been in my way for far too long already. Oh, this is, our government leader is nothing but a hypocrite. Raban, I've had enough of this one-man show you call a collective. This article is contrary to everything the People's Voice stands for, at least in my mind. We're long past the point of no return. We're no longer a group of journalists with thoughtful and considered rhetoric. Instead, the site has become a mouthpiece for an egocentric maniac who declares war against governments. I will not put up with this anymore. I quit. You're such a coward. You've always been. Now that we finally see our influence growing, that our voice is being heard, that change is in the air, you just run off and quit. I should have known that when you signed on that you weren't built to stand this heat. Just another bag of air that chickens out when things start to get really interesting. Seriously, Raban? Insulting our staff? What kind of leader are you? What kind of journalist are you? You have long stopped uncovering the so-called truth. You have turned into a liar and puppeteer yourself. You are no better than Cassart or Blaine or the others that you keep criticizing. Count me out. I'm done. I will not put up with this. Grow a backbone, you cowards. Don't worry. I'll take away your contributor status. I don't need you anyway. Spicy. Raban is becoming more and more unhinged, sensing betrayal around every corner. First, he wants nothing to do with his wife any longer, and now this. One could easily get the idea Raban Bart's family members aren't quite as important to him as he claims. Let me compose a narrative from what we've got. Saved, Karen, Adelia, Owen. Agent, the first narrative is ready to be spread through the influencer. To do so, drag it to the slot in the influencer window and confirm. Using the influencer to is extensive and takes about an hour of time to complete, we'll only get very limited chances of spreading narratives today. Make sure they count. However, I should probably warn you, what's out there is out there forever, and information can be a most devastating weapon. Now, if you do the honors. How Raban Vart is terrorizing his wife and brother after he learned of their affair? Ooh. I don't like that one. It's more the soap opera drama. I'm not too keen. Not too keen. Oh, whoa, check it out. That was like at the previous, at the opening of this whole thing. That's pretty neat. Profiler not functional during influencer use. Right. Destroy the media monsters! Holy crap. The first information spread by your command alone. It's a beautiful thing. The destruction of truth, isn't it? I believe we pulled the right strings here. People have swallowed the bait, as you can see on Blabber. We had some good impacts on his listener account. I have no doubt Raban won't let go so easily, and wouldn't be surprised to see an appropriate response from him soon. Perhaps you can find out what he is up to before he is actually publishing it, so we can prepare our next narrative beforehand. His family is loyal to him? Oh, please. I wonder if Raban believes himself what he writes there. In any case, let's see if we can shake up that feeling of loyalty a bit and prove Raban wrong, for himself and for the public. Agents, get me pairs of data chunks at which I can construct narratives that we can spread. Pay attention to anything we might use to pull Ilya and Karen's loyalty to him in doubt? To put? Yeah, okay. That's a little weird way of writing it, but alright. Raban Vart's family has always been loyal to him and will remain. Oh boy. Okay. Deputy counselor. Oh, we're gonna get a PC ID. Hurrah. Put this over here. No. Just, I can't do that face. That face is a little crazy. Alright. And we got a desktop. Brilliant. Beautiful Dewhurst? Interested in moving to Dewhurst? Moving or visiting? Lifestyle, sightseeing, cuisine. Yeah, what's this data chunk? But I told you I can't just leave Bonton. No, that I believe. I believe she can't just leave Bonton because of what's his face. Raban, she didn't want to actually leave Raban. Loyal despite everything that happened, bah. She'd be better off leaving her husband behind. Raban Vart is doomed. He will go down. And if Karen is still around at that time, so will she. Wow. People, leaders of the nation. Yeah. Oh, this match is up time, hour for hour on the first game. I absolutely love it. In the first game, one of the hackers took over the page and put Delacroix in this funny cartoon thing. It took him a while before they put this back, but this is absolutely hilarious. Alright, banned access. Banned access? Oh. We got another IP thing though. Check out some more interesting stuff. We got trash, we have desktop. Case patient reports. Oh no, there we go. Which one? Who's this for? This is... Okay, this is Raban. Patient was initially very unresponsive and reclusive, even apathetic in therapy sessions. Occasionally the patient would even switch to a rather aggressive tone when I pushed too much towards him, revealing details about his experiences and emotional state. This is probably due to the difficult conditions of living in the refugee camp for an extensive amount of time, which is very much in conflict with the patient's personality, valuing strong individuality. Around the summer of 2012, the patient went through a sudden change. He seemed to become more outgoing, happier, and willing to talk more, though was still trying to keep conversations superficial. Throughout the sessions, the patient has been opening up more and more, and I feel like we've been making tremendous progress. In addition, the patient also seemed much more appreciated by fellow camp residents. As of writing this, I'm unsure whether to attribute the change to the effects of the therapy or to external factors. Although the patient seems to have made a lot of progress during the past months, I strongly recommend to extend therapy and would like to keep him under close observation personally to ensure the progress achieved by the patient so far continues and determine the exact cause of the change in personality. I will therefore file a request for extending therapy by 6 months. Interesting. Here's Ilya. Whoa. His optimism and overall social and friendly character, as well as a tendency to look at the bright side of things, has helped him a lot to get through the psychological trauma of the hardships he and his brother faced back in Parges. As the patient slowly opens up, he especially emphasized his heroic escape from the military service in Parges at multiple occasions. He also seemed to become more and more interested in myself and my private life, making it difficult for me to maintain my professional distance as a therapist. I also talked to him about his brother and his increasingly reclusive behavior, urging Ilya to assist his disabled brother. Okay, so he has optimistic, good-natured. Put that in there. I want to pay these people in a good light. Ha! I'm sure this can be changed. You're evil. Just saying. Private. Don't ever keep a folder on your desk saying private if you don't want people to know who's running it. Hey, lovely man, how are you today? Hey, not so good. What happened? I stood in the lunch line for 1.5 hours and then there was nothing but bread left. You know, I am not at all fussy about food, but after not having any lunch for the last 2 days, it stresses me out. The guy at the food handout told me to cuss off if I didn't like it. Oh my goodness. I have no idea how you stay so calm. It makes me furious even hearing about it. I would have exploded a long time ago. If the guy at the office canteen talked to me like that, I'd get him fired. You know, you can't compare this place to an office canteen. I know, it's just, how is it even legal to treat people like that? Calm down, love. I don't mind people being cuss holes, but they're just stressed out themselves. What really bugs me is that nobody really gives a cuss about anyone here. Everyone is just trying to get by without being hungry or tired day by day. Hang in there, darling. Never forget, you're a real hero to the others and to me. I love how you always want to help me, but please stop saying that. It makes me uncomfortable. You're far too modest. You should be proud of what you've done. Anyway, not much longer now. I can't wait. By the way, I've picked a location. I think we can have a beautiful wedding ceremony in Boston City Park. Put that over there. I don't know what that's gonna help, but we'll put it over there. Very picturesque. Maybe you can find a photo somewhere? Do you want this? If you want it, I am absolutely sure I love it. Unknown data chunk, unknown data chunk. I'm gonna make a song about unknown data chunks. What do we have? Headlines. Blaine cancels meeting for surprise visit to Tripoli. Prime Minister cancels crisis meeting and instead visits Pargis capital. Plans to lead a renewal of stalled negotiations between Kassart and the opposition. Oh yeah, I remember that. Oh, I'm pointing to my screen, but I'm also pointing with my mouse. I remember this day because that trip had to be cancelled due to weather. I remember that. Aha! I has the brains and remember the things. Yes. I remember that, yes. Okay, so we need to find like a picture. Where is that? Where's that picture site? Nope, that's not it. Nope. Hologram, that's the one. Oops. Album. And what we want to do is find Washington City Park. Aww. Was this the happiest day of my life? I'm not sure. I was happy though. Was it a rushed decision? Maybe it was in hindsight. There were ups and downs, but if our marriage has brought any good, Raban and Ilya finally didn't have to endure that awful camp any longer. Ooh. Did she marry them just to get them out of the camp? Permanent residency is granted upon marriage to a citizen, for the spouse as well as family members. A questionable thing, if you ask me, especially if the circumstances of that marriage were to appear shady. She says as she rubs her hands together in a mwahaha fashion. Alright, what else do we have? Oh, right, we have another desktop. Let's see here. We have Ilya. There we go. This is the phone. Oh, he has her picture right on his freaking phone wallpaper. Okay. Your e-ticket wallet is empty. Notes. Butter, eggs, bacon, shoes. Back to the Future 2 lent it to Zlatko. Remind him again. Never forget. Ask Uncle Simos about Captain Ilya Janeway. Okay, so they have a Nuggle. Don't know who that is, but definitely more family for her to hit on, so whatever. Sky Chat. Hey you, what's up? Just wanted to see whether the website I set up for you is still running. Yeah, all good. I already got this though. A unsent draft. I've spent so much time lately thinking that things were becoming far too complicated, yet now I realize that everything is actually becoming easier. Raban fired me from the People's Voice, and it's like a weight has been lifted from my chest. I suddenly feel free, and I wonder why I didn't change things earlier. Not just with the blog, but with us. You said that you couldn't just leave your life behind, but Karen, what kind of life are you living now? A life stuck inside a cage, dictated by Raban and his whims? It's time to be true to yourself. Ooh, Karen, I love you and want to spend the rest of my life with you. I'm going to leave for Dewhurst soon. Please come with me. I finally want to be blah, 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 blah. And he just, wow, wants Karen to leave Bonton. Okay, dude, didn't find the chance to congratulate you yet. What an epic win. Congrats. Interesting here. So sick of this place. How do you keep up with this, Ilya? Every time I see you. Cassandra! Whoa, it seems like nothing ever troubles you. Truth be told, I often dream about quitting, and not just quitting, but getting out and away from my brother. Okay. Don't like this. Desktop gallery. Oh, that's him in his card game. How cute. Nerd. Wow. Wait, that's Cassandra, isn't it? Before she had blue hair. Yeah, that's Cassie Watergrave. Yeah, that's Cassandra before she had blue hair. Alright. So we have an address. And contacts. Karen's phone number. We'll take that, dude. Good to know. In case anybody calls or texts or whatever. Oh boy. Yeah, we do that. Oh, now what do we have here? If it isn't an affront to loyalty, I don't know what is. Their affair is one thing, but we need something to show Karen is going all in with Ilya, now to disprove her loyalty as well. Oh boy. See, I haven't found that other data chunk yet. Oh wait, wrong profile, dude. How awfully caring of her. Or maybe not. This could be useful to make Raban doubt Karen's motivation in marrying him, but we need the right context first. Raban got better all of a sudden. Something important must have happened at that time. Okay. I hate unknown conflicts. I date the haters. Why do they have these? How am I supposed to answer any of that? Unknown data chunk. Unknown data chunk. La 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 la. Okay, I seriously can't find the unknown data chunks, so I'm just gonna put this over and see what happens. Not all data chunks have been found yet. Upload strongly discouraged. There's no other data! Let me know in the comments down below if you've seen something I don't. Did I not unlock something I needed to? Because I am totally not finding it. Yeah, sure. All while having an affair with her brother-in-law. And it unlocked absolutely, positively nothing. Seeing as how they won't give us anything, I'm just gonna take what's here. That's quite a feat, escaping from service in Parges. Yeah, no kidding, right? Considering the trauma he endured when his school got bombed, this comes as no surprise. Ding ding. Now what? The arrival. I knew you liked our therapist. You know, I also look forward to those sessions with Karen every week. Lucky you, the way she talks about you, she seems to fancy you. She always treats me like a child. Please stop it. Our situation in this camp is terrible, and we're being treated like animals. Yet all you can talk about is your dumb crush on the therapist. Karen fancies me? She doesn't like me one bit. She doesn't like you one bit. It's her job to be nice, and she gets paid for it. So snap out of your daydreams finally, will you? Do you realize we have no way to get out of this cuss hole and live a normal life anytime soon? We might rot here for years. We can't go back to Prava, but I also cannot stand this cuss-forsaken camp any longer. It makes me sick to even think about it. We have to find a way to escape the refugee camp at all costs. Raban, I know the situation right now is bleak, and you have been through a lot, but there are brighter times ahead. We might be here for a while, you're right, but we can try and make the best of it. I mean, it's not like people are completely cruel. I'm sure we'll be allowed to leave the camp someday and live a normal life again. As for Karen, well, if you're not interested, mind if I take a shot? Maybe I just need to prove to her I'm not a child. Sometimes I wish I could share your naive optimism, brother. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, alright. I'll put that over. Getting out at any cost? Does the fact that Raban was able to leave camp through marrying Karen scream sham marriage for you? Well, soon it might do just that for everyone else too. Oh, fake marriage. How Raban Vart. Oh, here we go. We now possess one narrative we could potentially spread. However, we can only hit Raban after he has published his next article. We'll need to bide our time for the moment. Use that time to dig for more narratives. Get me everything that could be of use. Wow. Okay. I'm gonna cut this a little shorter than usual, so I'll come right back as soon as I've got like another narrative or two for you guys and gals to have a peek at. So I'll be right back when I have that ready for you. If you guys and gals out there who played this game got a different narrative here, let me know in the chat or in the comments and tell me what kind of narrative you got, because I got some extra parts, but I didn't get anything else or on any of this stuff, and I'm not seeing any arrows or logos, or I just don't know what else I'm looking for, so I'm just gonna use this for now. Okay, it says, how Raban Vart of the People's Voice planned his escape from a refugee camp by seducing their therapist. Wow. That one's pretty harsh though, but I mean, there might be some truth to that. And here it goes. Ding ding, Karen's timeline. Now we got a Karen's timeline. I didn't even know she had a timeline. Now it opens up. Karen, my daughter, we had our oh, hello. Happy with what you've achieved. Attacking Vart's marriage was a good idea. Very personal. I believe many of his followers took this to heart. Raban has taken a blow, but is not going down yet. Speaking of which, let's check on what he's up to writing. The big conspiracy. The media are trying to distract you from the truth. Blaine and Cassart are conspiring against us. Wow, here we go. Falling back into old habits, are we? Vart is trying to shift the attention to Blaine and Cassart's meeting. It's one-of-a-kind opportunity for him to back up his conspiracy theory. Reports say there are already people gathering in front of the presidential palace where the two are meeting, attempting to stall the talks in the name of the people's voice. We cannot let his claim go unchecked, or the situation might escalate. Not on our watch. If he's into conspiracies and hidden agendas, how about us playing the same game? I'm certain you can get me enough information to let me construct our own little conspiracy theory. Keep in mind, we have hit Raban Vart hard this time, very hard. We must break his follower base. Okay, we've knocked him down for like 400,000 to 300,000, but Karen's timeline. I don't mind that you broke all contact with me. My daughter, we had our differences about your marriage. Okay. That I can believe. That's unfortunately a common thing. So she is the daughter of Elizabeth Levine. Against this backdrop, it's quite remarkable Karen professionally counsels refugees. Ding, 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 ding. Now we're opening stuff. Here we go. Elizabeth Levine, I stand for the nation's values. We'll never stop standing up for our values. Exclusive interview. Endorsed by Catherine Delacroix. We're proud to announce our campaign has been endorsed by the Secretary of Security, Catherine Delacroix. In a statement, Delacroix said, "My parents were from Hillberry, and it is the city I grew up in. They would appreciate Elizabeth Levine's work very much and the values for which she stands." Delacroix further announced that she will support Elizabeth's campaign with funding and marketing. The party stands by the Levine family. We are particularly proud of Maxwell Levine's efforts as a lawyer in Hillberry, as well as Karen Levine's great endeavors as a psychological counselor. The party supports Karen Levine's work directly via state funding. Elizabeth, her husband Mike, and her two beautiful children are true treasure for this town, blah blah blah. Okay, so she's funded by the state. I bet Raban has no idea about Karen's entanglements with the party, nor has any of his followers. We should let them know maybe, but we need a little more backing if we truly are trying to put the blame on Karen here. I bet. Oh, there's more here? Oh, there's more here. Too long, didn't read any data chunks. Here we go. My daughter Karen is a kind-hearted person. In any case, you can rest assured that my daughter Karen stands firmly behind me, as does my whole family. Did you know this impertinent person invited soldiers into a school? Okay, well, I know that this might be old info because this was an old, this is back 2013. So I know that what's on her timeline is current. So we will put that one on there first. Where Karen's timeline goes. Karen's timeline. Nope, where the timeline go? Where it goes. With a mother like Elizabeth Levine, I cannot even imagine why. Too bad. If she would have been in contact with her mother, we might have used that against her. Yeah. Seems that investigator you're paired with let the Bonton bombings perpetrator escape. Again, pointing to the first game. That's interesting. But I didn't, though. Maybe I did. Oh, that depends on which game it's running off of, because I played the first one many times. Oh, that's funny. Let me put this over there, because that's That's kind of important. And what kind of trouble? Let's find out. Nope. Initiative saves Parges. We are the Pargesian people. Our government is corrupt. The Cassard regime was never interested in protecting the freedom of the Pargesian people. More and more opponents of our government have been arrested, and we have to stop watching and start acting. Pargesian people will no longer sit and watch their country being taken away from them. We have to start resistance against Cassard and his authoritarian administration. Ooh. Any news? Oh, this is way back in 2005. Holy cow. No data chunks in the news section. Message board. Please. Oh, welcome Captain Ilya Janeway. Please enter your password here. Oh. Nope, wrong password. That one? No. Aha, winner chicken dinner. Fantastic, okay. Thread, check messages ASAP. Mom and Dad are gone, they took them, they sent soldiers to our home, it was so horrible. They started hitting Dad and yelled that this was his punishment. Mom tried to fight them off and they started hitting her too. These bastards just took them away. And now they are gone, Raban. What should we do? You have to help us. Please check your cussing messages for cuss sake. I don't want to join this stupid war. Only visible for the following members. Okay, I just got a note telling me to report for duty next week. I was drafted. They're coming to take me if I don't report in. What am I going to do? I do not want to join this cussing war and this horrible army. Please don't panic. We're going to take care of this. There must be something we can do. Raban, you know Oleg Bakay well. Is there any chance you could talk to him about this? I heard he is in charge of the unit stations here. Can he help Ilya get out of this? I will see what I can do. Try not to worry too much. I'm going to talk to Oleg and get you exempted from service. It might cost me a few favors and take some time, but I will get you out, I promise. He is a reasonable man, but first I need you to go report in anyway. Don't give them a reason to arrest you. That will only make things much harder. Yes, okay, thank you. Dear family, your father and I decided to use this digital message board for our family communication since we do not believe our telephone is safe anymore. As if this is any safer. More and more members of our community have been disappearing recently. We need to be as cautious as possible. Please use the message board as the primary channel from now on, especially if you mention other family members or places where we meet. This is an old abandoned board of an initiative we took part in some time ago. It should be secure and unknown to authorities. Holy moly, I didn't expect that, Mom. You two were revolutionaries? You never mentioned a thing. It's quite bad, yeah, but I don't think it's necessary to be this cautious. Please, Ilya, this was a peaceful resistance movement, not that revolutionary. Your father thinks it's safer to communicate here as they might wiretap our phone. What is up with that stupid pseudonym of yours, by the way? Is that the one you use in those chatter rooms all day? It's called a chat room, mother. Please just do us a favor and stick to this message board. And for cuss sake, please pick a secure password you can remember. Raban, we would like to invite you over for Uncle Simo's birthday next week. It would be great if you join us. Very well, I will join you in the evening after rugby. By the way, Uncle Simos wanted to invite Oleg Bouquet just because his family lives next door. Doesn't mean we have to show hospitality to the followers of the Cassard regime. It's too much of a risk. You're right, honey. We cannot afford to be careless here. I will talk Simos out of it. Mom, Dad, Oleg is a good man. The world is not simply black and white. He may be a soldier in the army, but he wouldn't endanger us. I think he should come. It's a shame Cassard has managed to drive a wedge between people in our country. Okay, so Oleg Bouquet lived next door. That's interesting. Pop that over, I guess. Seems they were once literally closer than we thought. Yep. Okay. Truly horrible. Then again, as a punishment for what? Maybe they deserved it after all. You're cold. This lady's evil. Man. The army of Parjas forcefully recruited a lot of men into their ranks when the conflict with the FTP erupted anew. It seems Ilya has been no exception to it. Ding ding. Oh, here we go. Oh, he didn't get out. Wow. Attempted to flee. Failed in his attempt to escape military, followed by punishment. Yep. 1st Infantry Division. And he was a private. Proud to serve the people of Parges. Yeah. Okay, next. I don't want his picture. We don't need that. I'm curious whether that worked out, or what it took to convince Bouquet. Anything? Nothing? No? Oh boy. I don't know if I want to put in that they were revolutionaries, but they're not giving me much of a choice of info here. Now it goes one of two ways, it looks like. Either I say that the parents were revolutionaries, or that he harbored... I think revolutionaries, because then I would at least go along with his narrative. I'll go that. Oops, sorry. Wrong thing. Okay. They weren't members of the FTP, were they? Raban openly criticizes Cassard all the time. I doubt we can gain any benefit from knowing his parents may have done the same thing. Here I thought that would be a good thing. Get her off my back. Maybe. No. Yarg. Nothing else. There's literally nothing else. I'm looking for these little boxes here for like stars or anything. This has the picture for Ilya, and this has the whole thing about... Which, I mean... So what, he had soldiers in the school? By that, Bart may have drawn fire directly to the school. Why would he consider such a thing? How mindless can you get? He deserves to go down, and so he will by our hands. Red Pargesian army will protect Brava secondary. Raban, it has been done. In light of conflict brewing with the FTP, I've managed to make a deal with Olag Bakay, whose unit from the Pargesian army will protect our school. I assure you that your children will be safe. I hope this helps to convince you not to take your children out of school. It sounds a bit drastic. The National Army seems to have the situation under control. I appreciate the effort, Principal Bart, but I am not convinced that having a unit of Pargesian Pargesian soldiers around the school is a good idea. Are you sure that this won't draw more attention to the school? I assure you we'll be fine. I would never do anything to endanger my pupils. They are as safe as they can be at my school. Thank you, Mr. Bart. I appreciate your efforts to keep Brava's secondary schools safe. So this is why Olag and Raban met at the school. They had some kind of protection deal going on. Sounds extremely dumb to me. Raban might have done this in order to protect his brother, as he had promised. Still, this would let him look quite bad. Let him look quite bad? That's weird. So why not go for it? Former school principal. Good, we have a narrative again. We cannot spread it yet, though, not before Raban publishes his article. Keep searching around. Dun dun. Oh, darn it, I clicked that too fast. You can go on searching for more material to create narratives from, though. Please take your time. When ready, strike Raban Bart as hard as you can. We need to make this count. If you got another narrative, let me know how you got another narrative, because I'm only getting one at a time. Says former principal Raban Bart sheltered Pargesian army in a deal to get his brother Ilya exempted from service before the building got attacked. Ding ding. Ding ding. Yo, tracking. Ooh, somebody's moving. Bonton Station, Bonton outskirts, but we knew that was happening. It's all spread and done. The fact that Raban made the deal to help his brother decreased the impact our narrative had. Good work, but not good enough. Raban is still around, and he still has a loyal follower base. So what absurdities does he dare claim this time? Oh, that had like next to no impact whatsoever. I mean, it took some down, but that's like a drop in a bucket, really. Oh, national government kills. The national government ordered the shelling of Brava Secondary. They killed those students. Not. Ooh, boy. He's blaming the nation for his own fault? Our own army attacking the school? We're the peacekeepers. It's high time to turn things around. This has to end now. We cannot let these preposterous lies stand. We will destroy Raban Bart. You will. Now. Get me something that shows beyond any doubt that the nation isn't the one to blame here. Oh, I've got mail. Your loyalty to me is beyond any limits. You have been with me from the start. The people's voice would not nearly have become what it is had you not been there. You're more than a fan, you're a true friend, but I'm tired. I've been writing furiously all day to this point, and look where it got me. Nowhere. Everything around me is falling apart. I have no one left. Even my followers are turning their backs on me. It's over. It has to end. I want it to end. Thank you for standing with me. We need to find whoever this David Johns is. David Johns again. You had mentioned him before. Regardless, it doesn't matter what role had with the people's voice. What matters is only the destruction of Raban. I think it kind of matters though, because maybe this guy has got more info than whatever lousy deal. You sold the Prava secondary shelter to the Pargesian army? How could you do such a thing? You endangered the lives of those kids. Don't you see how they're manipulating you? This is nothing but a lie spread by the government to bring me down. You're a hero, Raban. Your traitor of a brother does not deserve your help. I appreciate your loyalty, but I will not let you insult my brother. I can't believe Ilya was part of the Pargesian army. How could he betray us all like that? And how could you have made such a lousy deal just to save such a traitor? I had my reasons. I do not regret my decision. I regret nothing! Raban, it's a lie. It's all a lie. I'm not your friend. I've never been. I can't fully explain it at this time. I've only been here recently. I've just been informed that you're about to claim the nation bombed your school. If you have no idea how right you are, I realize this may be my last chance of getting out of this mess. So I got my hands on some internal documents for you. What really happened at Prava Secondary is all there. I will try to get you more. Keep an eye on new PercoLeaks documents. For now, I must keep my head down. They will now come for me. Hit them as hard as you can. Oh boy, December 6, 2010. National troops started shelling the school, leaving it completely destroyed. Afterwards, the ruins were searched by military with the help of civilians looking for their children. So soldiers Oleg Bakay and Alexander Petkovic were the only survivors on the side of the Pargesian army and were secured from the shelter. There was only one known civilian survivor whom the Pargesian soldiers had managed to save, but he was seriously injured. The school's principal, Raban Vart, had been found wounded and retrieved from the ruins. When encountered by the civilians, Raban Vart was met with extreme aversion and had been protected from them by the army. The report reveals that the order to open fire had been given by a supreme command within the government of the nation, who had stated that the school was occupied by terrorist group forces of true Parges. This turned out to be untrue, since there were only civilians and Pargesian army soldiers on site. The shelling was a serious violation of international law and human rights by the army of the nation. Oh boy, this is fun. This is how he ended up with us? Yes. ... Raban Vart, the only civilian. I don't see any hints to his students there. I thought he had rescued a lot of his students. Oh, I clicked that too fast. Sorry. I don't have anything for you. I wonder why he had to get whatever. Okay. The national government kills civilians. Oh wow, what a neat picture that is. They fabricate stories, they order bombings, they kill their own and our people to distract us from the truth. To be clear, yes, it is true that I invited soldiers of the Partesian army to my school in Prava, but the fact was taken entirely out of context in order to fabricate a new story aiming to destroy me. The only reason why I hired the Partesian army was to protect Prava Secondary. If you don't believe me that the national government are preposterous liars, here's another truth for you. My school was not bombed by troops of the Partesian army at all. The national government ordered the shelling of Prava Secondary and blamed Partesian soldiers because they wanted to prove to the media that they were needed in Parges to protect the Partesian people. Instead, they destroyed everything I loved in my hometown. This is what your government does to the innocent, to the weak. This is why I shall from now on call them national murderers. Wow. I like how she said ... Huh, the power of the people. What did he do to deserve that? What happened there? Ding ding. My child died in the school bombing. I want justice. My child died in the school bombing on Monday. I could barely type this message. My hands shake as I try to comprehend that my little girl is gone. I haven't slept and my stomach is retching as I try to process my grief. I just want to find the ones responsible for the attack, look them in the eye and make them know just a fraction of the pain that I'm feeling now. I need to know what happened. I need to know why it happened. I need to know how is it that Raban Vart was the only survivor? Can someone please explain that to me? Because right now I'm having a real hard time working that one out. Dear Busick, I understand your feelings and your outrage, and I cannot emphasize enough how sorry I am for your loss. I am answering on account of my brother who is still hospitalized and in shock about what has happened. Please take into account that he tried everything in his power to protect all the pupils of Prava Secondary. Nonetheless, he cannot help but blame himself for what has happened and feels the utmost sympathy for each and every one who lost a child or other family member in the bombings, but it was not his fault that the FTP attacked the school. Are you kidding me? Mr. Vart was the one who attracted the attention of the FTP by hiring soldiers of the Partesian army to defend Brava Secondary. This is why the FTP started the shelling. He rightly blames himself for what has happened because he is... Oh, wow. What is... Continue on. Oh, that's a list of the kids, huh? Ouch. All my pupils died in the bombing of Brava Secondary. I decided to speak here not because I am trying to defend myself. Instead, I discovered a very important fact that the citizens of Prava need to know about. Something that is highly crucial to seeing the bigger picture of this whole cuss war. The bomb that hit Prava Secondary was a GB in 300. GPB in 300. I know these bombs, and they are not the kind of weapons that the FTP usually deals with. These bombs are owned primarily by the Partesian army. This was not the FTP. This attack was executed by the army and therefore the government itself. Are you for real, Vart? You coming barging in here with what is barely half cuss apology and then start spewing conspiracy theories? Our children are dead. You didn't protect them when they needed someone. That was your job. Now my job is to make sure you don't step foot in our beautiful town again. I didn't murder your children, the government did. It makes a lot of sense. Doesn't anyone here even care about the facts? What are you still doing here? To cuss with your so-called facts? We want you out, Principal Varts. My brother has done nothing wrong. He dedicated his life to the school. Okay, so the people blame him for the bombing. They blame him for the bombing even though it wasn't necessarily his fault. This man, this fraud, to claim he saved the students despite... We should have known. We should have known a long time ago. This is what Ilya must have lied about for him. All these lies make me sick. But there's a silver lining. This is all we need. No need to construct a narrative. This itself will be his undoing. Bring him down. Bring him down. There is something happening on Karen's PC. Could be important. You may want to investigate before you spread the narrative. I think I will. Ooh, dust that. Trash? No. Council? Case report, patients. Ooh. Here's Nina. Author, I am Karen Living Bartz. I've been working for Bonson Rehab as a clinical psychologist since February 2010. My specialist field is psychological trauma. Full details of my qualifications entitling me to give expert opinion and evidence will be provided separately by my employer, the Bonson Rehab Council. Reading, I was aware that something was up with Miss Maternova and that she had seemed unusually stressed. There had been a scheduled psychotherapy appointment at 10:30 on Friday, April 14th. The patient did not attend this appointment and had previously tried to postpone it. Interesting indeed. One could say that Karen protected the Bonson bombing's perpetrator. As soon as these connections become evidence, Raban's reputation may greatly suffer. This could put the people's voice to an end. It's a risk, maybe one pursuing. Your call. Ooh, I actually have more than one narrative. Ooh. Oh goodness, so do I say he's no hero or that he has a traitor wife? See, right now I just want to kind of stick it to the man because that's how I like playing these types of things, but I don't know. Tell me in the comments what you picked because this is a tough one because I have proof of the whole bombing thing, but the people watching it won't, and there's no real connection that she knows. But then you have to wonder why is nobody checking on the bombings and the Oh goodness, what do I pick? Oh, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I'm gonna go with the... Ooh. But he really hates the fact that all the students died. Like, it really hurts him. We'll put the wife thing. Ooh, let's see what happens. I don't see any of the little lines. Normally I see lines, but I don't see any little lines here. By the national government, that is why she didn't report the Bonson bombing's perpetrator. My wife is not a traitor. She is nothing but the best for her patients and minds. Oh my god. Take a look at Blabber. You need to see this. What am I looking for? Everything revolves around Karen now. We didn't damage Raban enough. ... We have failed. This is it. We failed. Plain and simple. Our efforts are for naught. The riots before the residential palace rage on unchecked. All we can do is hope for... What? Raban Vart started an announcement. Fear for the worst. This is the end, Agent. Oh boy, shall we? This is my last announcement. Thank you to those of my readers who stuck with me. Here we go.
My dear followers, this is going to be my final announcement. Why? Because the truth now lies in your hands. It has become clear that Karen? Karen, what are you doing here?
What do you mean I live here?
Not anymore, you don't. Get out!
What the hell are you talking about, Raban?
You know exactly what I mean. You betrayed me.
Look, whatever you heard, it's not what you think. You should calm down and take a breath before you jump to conclusions.
Don't treat me like one of your patients, Karen. I know what you did. That soldier, that patient of yours you were so obsessed with, she was responsible for the Bonton bombings. You planned them together, didn't you? To blame it all on me in the end.
Raban, honey, come on. Do you hear yourself talking? You are falling prey to your own lies you spread.
First you commit treason against me, and now you insult me like that. How dare you? I thought you would always be on my side. I was a fool to trust you, to think that you would love me. How could you deceive me like this?
Get back! Get away from me!
How much did they pay you to spy on me, to marry me?
Get the fuck away!
Put my revolver back down.
No! Don't come any closer!
Hand it over to me.
Holy crap. Oh, she just killed him. Oh, she just killed him. She just killed him. Oh my goodness. Well then. Okay. Yeah, okay. Well, I was not expecting that at all. As I sit here nervously laughing at what just happened. Well, okay. I don't know how many times I can say that word. I was really, truly not expecting that ending. Goodness. Well, I guess the nation's happy then. Raban's out of the picture, I guess. Holy cow. I wonder what happened if I had done it the other way around. Goodness, yeah, so this was Orwell, Ignorance is Strength. Although I find that kind of misleading title because you're all about not being ignorant. But whatever, it's all good, it's all good. I want to know, another question I have is, will the gameplay from the first game actually affect how this one plays out? Like in the first one of the playthroughs was that I let the Nina Maternova, I let her go in order to be with her son and run away. So I wonder what happens if I hadn't let her go. Or is that just something that happens no matter how you play through the first game? That's just a story arc that they threw in here in order to connect the two games. I'm not 100% sure. I would have to play this a couple of more times to try to figure that one out. But anyway, this was very interesting. I was not expecting that ending. I was totally not prepared for her to shoot Raban. He's all like, put down my revolver. Oops. It sounded more like, he was about to do something to her, but then I realized, oh wait, no, he's in a wheelchair. Not gonna be able to do very much. But he didn't seem like a physically violent person. Just emotionally stressed person. Credits over. Are we gonna get a cutscene? An ending cutscene? Anything? Oh, we're loading. Nothing? It's gonna leave us hanging there. Hanging. Ugh. Yeah, they're gonna leave us hanging there. I also want to know if they're gonna have a day 4. If they're gonna go 1 for 1 on all of these. Well, I mean, I don't know if you could do a day 4, Raban. Got shot. So, I don't know. Very, very, very interesting stuff here. So I'm gonna leave that at here. Let me know if you like this. Give it a thumbs up if you like it. Subscribe if you love it. And I really appreciate you sticking with me the entire Orwell series. I will leave links in the description if there's any episode you may have missed. This one's a little extra long, but I try to cut it up in order to save you some of the time of me hunting down data chunks. So I hope that you don't have too many complaints about that. You could also play this game. I'll leave a link in the description below to play this game on your own. Let me know if you guys had other options. As far as the narratives go, I didn't have very many to go with. But if you found any other ones, please let me know, because I totally tend to play this again. That ending was a little shocker for me. I wasn't expecting that at all. So anyway, thank you for joining me on this adventure through Orwell, Ignorance is Strength. And I hope that you join me on another one real soon. Bye!